come to your mat if you're not already there. And find your variation of child's pose. So I like to bring my knees out wide. Some people like to keep their knees together, just whatever feels best to you. And then reach your hips back towards your heels, rest your forehead down on your mat. And you can either actively reach your hands and your arms forward, or you can just kind of relax into it, let your elbows bend a little bit. So just take a moment and allow the ground to hold and support all of your weight. Just find a connection to the ground below you. Start to notice how it feels to let the ground hold you. Start to notice how it feels to tune into your body, to become more aware of what's going on inside. So just notice what's there, any energetic sensations, any emotions, any physical sensations. And then we'll start with 3 great big deep breaths together. So next time you breathe in, fill up as big as you can. Hold at the very, very top of the breath and see if you can even sip in a little bit more. Exhale, big open mouth sigh, let it go. And again, just like that, inhale, fill up. Hold in fullness. Sip in a little bit more. Exhale, big sigh, release. And then one more time, biggest inhale of your Sunday morning. Hold at the top, and any stress, anxiety, any heaviness you're holding, big, huge exhale, breathe it out, let it go. Start to find your Ujjayi breath. So in and out through your nose, gentle constriction in the back of your throat. Start to create that whisper noise with your breath. So you can not only feel your breath as it moves through you, but also hear it. And then stay here for as long as you'd like, but once you've kind of found your rhythm, you've connected to your Ujjayi breath, rise up to your hands and your knees and just start to bring in some movement. So that might be regular cat-cow undulations. Inhale to arch your spine, exhale to round and curl in. Maybe you take some circles with your hips. Perhaps you just move your hips from side to side a little bit. You can come all the way forward towards up dog and take it all the way back again into your child's pose. So just move intuitively, move instinctually. So even think of moving like an animal would move. And just notice what you feel, notice how you feel. No right or wrong. You're welcome to close your eyes, and nobody can see you, so let go of that self-conscious part of yourself and see if you can just start to inhabit your body with your awareness even more. Give yourself about 3 to 5 more rounds of breath. And then when you feel complete here, we'll meet back in our first downward facing dog of practice. So no rush, get there in your own time. Good job, you guys. And once you're back in your down dog, take some big deep breaths there and take some movement to explore this familiar pose. So perhaps you pedal out your heels or shift your weight from side to side. Sometimes I like to take my feet out wide to the width of my yoga mat and then kind of transfer my weight on the diagonal. So as you press into your right hand, press back through your left heel and shift your hips over to the left and then switch it up. Might feel good to shake your head yes or no. So don't worry too much about getting your legs completely straight or your heels flat on the ground, especially for this first one. Concentrate more on the length in your spine, the length from your fingertips all the way up to your sit bones. And see if with each breath you take, you can create more space inside. So think of breathing into the spaces in between your ribs, breathing into your side bodies. See if you can find a lift coming from your center. So like you have a string attached to your belly button and it's lifting you up, pulling you up towards the sky. So see if you can find a little bit of lightness. Take one more big inhale, fill up as big as you can. And then exhale, gaze forward, empty out, step, tiptoe, or light hop, top of your mat, forward fold. Pause here for a moment, feet about hips width distance apart or even a little bit wider. All 10 toes face forward. Option to grab opposite elbows for ragdoll. Option to bring your hands behind your head, interlace your fingers at the base of your skull and give the back of your neck some traction. So take a moment, maybe you sway side to side or bob a little bit up and down. Notice where you're holding the weight in your feet. And if you're rocking back into your heels, bring your weight slightly forward. Also, see if you can root down, especially through the inner edges of your feet, and see if you can move your inner thighs back, wide, and apart so you feel a broadening through your sit bones. Take a couple more breaths here. Breathe up your spine, up your back body, and then all the way down the backs of your legs. Next time you inhale, find your halfway lift, your spinal extension. So grow your spine nice and long. Get all the rounding out of your back. Exhale, fold, bow in. Again, just like that, halfway lift with your in-breath. Think of lifting your sit bones up and broadening through your sit bones. Exhale, bow, release. This time, press into your feet, rise up halfway, and then continue to unhinge all the way up to stand. Reach your arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. You can leave your feet where they're at, or if you like, bring your big toes to touch, little gap in between your heels. Take a moment and just stand with awareness, hands at your heart. Close your eyes, tune into your breath, tune into your body. And if you do have an intention that you'd like to set for your practice this morning, something that resonates for you, take just a couple moments to complete your thoughts. It can be as simple as one word, a sentence, a mantra, an idea, a feeling, and it doesn't have to make sense to anybody but you. Stay as you are. Next time you breathe in, fill up as big as you can, and think of filling your body up with your intention. Hold in fullness, seal it in, exhale, big open mouth sigh, let it go, send it out. Ujjayi breath, inhale, arms to the sky, stretch tall. Exhale, lead with your heart, slow swan dive down, so traction out your spine as you dive, then fold in. With your in-breath, lift up halfway. Get your spine parallel to the ground. Back of your neck stays long. Exhale, fold, bow in. And then from the press of your feet, reverse swan dive all the way back up. Inhale, take your arms up. Try to touch the ceiling with your fingertips. Exhale, hands to heart center. Again, just like that. Inhale, reach, high mountain pose. Exhale, heart guides you all the way down, slowly forward fold. See if you can take the entire length of your exhalation to find the bottom of your fold. With your inhale, lift up halfway. Get all the rounding out of your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards your spine, and exhale, let it go. Press into your feet, engage your core, lead with your heart, rise. Inhale, stretch tall, arms reach. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, inhale, take your arms up, and then as you exhale, step your left foot back just a couple of feet, bring your hands to your heart, so you're in a really, really short lunge stance. Keep your feet about this far apart, but just step your left foot off the right side of your yoga mat, so your legs are now crossed. Keep your hips square, so pull your right butt cheek back and squeeze your inner thighs. Lean forward for a second so your butt sticks way out behind you. Now try to keep your butt sticking out, but draw your belly button in and up, squeeze the bottom tips of your shoulder blades, lift your chest. Both knees should be bent and your inner thighs are squeezing. See if you can take little pulses up and down, just nice and slowly. You should feel some heat building in your legs pretty quickly. Go slowly with control and slow deep breaths. This is your curtsy squat. Take one more round of breath, get as low as you can and find stillness. Inhale, come back to your high mountain. So both feet on your mat, reach up. Exhale, same thing, other side. Hands to heart, right foot steps back just a couple of feet. Keep that same distance in between your feet, but step your right foot off the left side of your mat. You're on your right tiptoes. Pull your left butt cheek back. Lean forward and stick your butt way out behind you. Both knees are bent a lot. Now try to keep all of that. Tone your low abdominals. Squeeze your mid and upper back muscles. Lift your heart. So imagine there's a string pulling up on the crown of your head. Neck is nice and long. Take your pulses up and down slowly. They don't have to be great big, just small, subtle movement. Send your breath down into your legs. Keep your spine long. And stay present. Notice what there is to notice. Feel what there is to feel, even if it's uncomfortable. Get as low as you can. Take one more round. Inhale, come back to your high mountain. Arms reach up. Exhale, bring your hands behind your back and interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down. Squeeze shoulder blades towards your spine. If you can, press your palms together like they're suction cup, and then leave a little bend in your elbows. Squeeze them towards each other like they're magnetized. See if you can start to reach your hands back away from your body. And then if you want even more, add a little back bend. Lift your heart up, reach your knuckles down. Hugging with your inner thighs. Breathe down into your belly. Take one more big inhale. Keep your hands clasped. Lead with your heart. Exhale, dive down, forward fold. With your fingers interlaced, inhale to your halfway lift. So you can bend your knees as much as you need to. Lengthen your spine. Squeeze your back muscles. Exhale, fold. Keep your hands clasped for about 2 more rounds. So relax your neck. Let your head be heavy. Maybe shake it yes or no. Can you lift your knuckles a little bit higher? Maybe even start to reach them forward. So just find your edge and then be there and breathe into it. Can you lift your sit bones a little bit higher and find that tension line down the backs of your legs? One more in-breath. Exhale, hands to your low back. Gently release your clasp. Let your arms dangle for a moment. Maybe give them a nice little shake out. Feel the blood rush back into them. And then when you're ready, plant your hands and step back into your plank position, top of a push-up. So take a moment, spread your fingers wide, press the earth away, and really find your strength. Your hips should be level with your shoulders, but without lifting your hips any higher, imagine there's a string attached to your belly button pulling up. So you feel that lift right at your center. Next time you inhale, little rock forward, so you're on your tippy toes. You can come to your knees if you want to modify. Exhale, lower just halfway down. Inhale, press back up, high plank. Again, just like that, halfway down. Strong arms, strong belly, even strong legs. Inhale, press up. And exhale, slow motion, as slow as you can go, all the way down. Inhale, Spider-Man Cobra. So hands come out really wide, wider than your mat. Lift to your fingertips, elbows face the sky. Chest lifts up. Take an inhale in the center. And as you exhale, twist to the right and dip your left shoulder towards the ground. Inhale, come back to center. Lift your heart, tone your low belly. Press your shoelaces down. Exhale, other side, twist to the left, right shoulder towards the earth. Go once more to each side at your own time and pace with your own breath. You can close your eyes and just notice the mobility through your shoulder girdle, through your mid, your upper, and your lower back. Eventually, an inhale will bring you back to center. Exhale to release, and however you want to transition, we'll meet in downward facing dog. So if you want to move through tabletop and even take a couple cat-cows, maybe move through a child's pose or a reverse push-up, all of those are great options. Once you're back in down dog, you've got a few deep breaths. So you can explore with movement, or you can be still. Or if you want a little more intensity, option to turn it into a turbo dog. So the only thing that will change is your arms. Bend your elbows a lot, just like you're doing a push-up, but then squeeze your elbows in towards each other. So imagine there's a strap around your upper arms and it's cinching in. Your forearms hover just an inch or so above the ground. Your hips continue to lift. Your spine continues to lengthen. Can you soften and relax through your neck? So make sure you have mobility in your neck. You can turn your head from side to side. And then where is your breath? Can you make it even bigger, even stronger, and even more powerful? Take one more great big huge inhale, fill up as big as you can. Exhale, look forward, straighten out your arms if your elbows are bent. Empty out, step or light hop forward, fold. Inhale to your halfway lift once you've arrived. Lengthen. Breathe in. Exhale, bow, fold in. From the press of your feet, rise to stand. So root down and rise up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, curtsy squat. So left foot steps off the right side of your mat, hands to your heart, get low. Inhale, come back to high mountain, arms reach up. Exhale, other side, curtsy squat, right foot steps to the left, bend both knees a lot, keep your hips square, squeeze your inner thighs. Inhale, high mountain. This time, exhale, just cactus your arms and lift your heart, open up. Inhale, re-extend, reach. Exhale, chair plane or drinking bird. So hinge forward and reach your arms back. Option to float to your tiptoes if you want a little balance challenge. Ankles really strong. Try to squeeze your shoulder blades towards your spine and imagine you're trying to touch your pinky fingers together behind you. See if you can keep a little lift in your chest, just like you're doing a baby cobra. If your heels are lifted, see if you can lift them higher and then bend your knees more. One more full breath. Inhale, high mountain. So option to keep your heels lifted. Feel the strength run all the way up your legs. Exhale, maybe heels stay lifted. Dive down, forward fold. It's helpful if you bend your knees. Heels on the ground, everybody. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Take your vinyasa however you want to. So you can add a couple push-ups. You can skip it all together. You can take it on your knees. You can substitute cat-cows. Only back and downward facing dog. All right, from your dog pose, next time you breathe in, take your right leg to the sky. So for this one, keep your hips square, your inner thighs face each other. So I don't care how high your right leg goes, but try to get it straight and strong and really, really powerful. Bend your left knee as much as you need to and lift up to the ball of your left foot. So actually bend your left knee a lot and then see if you can lift your left sit bone higher towards the sky. And then see if you can reach your right leg a little bit higher, grow it a little bit longer. So you should feel powerful through your left leg, like you could pounce forward at any second if you wanted to. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, right knee to your nose, so curl in. Now you straighten your left leg and lift your hips really high. Stay here as you breathe in. See if you can round through the middle of your spine. Exhale, softly step your right foot to the top of your yoga mat, lunge. And you've got about 2 breaths to meet up in crescent lunge. So if it would feel good for a second to kind of let your hips drop down, or maybe straighten your front leg, maybe open your hip, go for it. And then when you're ready, find your way into your high lunge, your crescent lunge. So front knee directly over your front ankle, high on the ball of your back foot. So maybe you lengthen your stance just a little bit, drive your feet down into the ground, energetically pull your front heel back and your back toes forward. Get your back leg as straight and as strong and as powerful as possible. Tone through your low abdominals, lift through your chest, reach through your fingertips. Take one more big in-breath, reaching straight up. And then as you exhale, bring your right hand down to your right hip, reach your left arm up and then over towards the right side of the room. So a side body stretch. If you want a little bit more, bring your right hand up to grab your left wrist and then gently tug, gently pull on your left arm. As you pull on your left arm, pull also your left shoulder blade back and down so you're resisting. Breathe into your left side body. Energetically, right hip moves back, left hip moves forward. So nothing really changes in how it looks, but it feels a little bit different. Take one more full round of breath here. Inhale, come back to center, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to the ground. Keep your left hand on your mat, or if you have a block, you can use one. Right arm to the sky, revolve lunge. So twist from your center. Squeeze through your inner thighs and keep your back leg really powerful and strong. Think of pulling your right hip back, but at the same time, your right knee and your right shin hugs towards your left armpit. If you want to challenge, fire up through your legs, fire up through your core. See if you can hover your left hand just about an inch above the ground. Nothing else moves. Take one more great big breath. End of your exhale, unwind. Walk your fingertips forward, standing split, so left leg to the sky. Think of this as just a one-legged forward fold. Let your neck relax, let your head be heavy. You can choose to keep your hips completely square or open up your left hip if it feels good to you, but just pay careful attention as you open your left hip, not to sink into your right hip, so keep hugging your right inner thigh in towards midline. You've got about 3 or 4 more breaths here, so take it wherever you would like. Option to wrap your right arm behind your right leg, press arm into leg, leg back into arm. Option to plant your hands. So if you're working on handstand, this is a great option. Walk your hands as far forward as you need to get your palms flat. Spread your fingers wide, press the ground away, and see if you can lift up to your right tiptoes. Rather than lifting with your leg, think of lifting with your core. And if you feel comfortable, bend your right knee and take a few little hops towards handstand. They don't have to be great big. Try to move with control rather than momentum. Move from your center. Wherever you are at, one more big inhale. Exhale, left knee to your nose. So round your spine, curl in like you're doing a little crunch. Empty out. Inhale, re-extend left leg to the sky. Now, step your left foot to the very back of your mat so you're in a low lunge position. 3-legged down dog, right leg high. Breathe in and lengthen. You can go straight to your down dog or exhale, come forward, 3-legged plank, regular plank or modified, lower down. Chaturanga. Inhale to lift your heart. Shoulders back and down. Exhale, lift your hips, down dog. Take just a moment here. Find your breath if you've lost it. Fire it back up if it's kind of faded away, or even if it's sped up. See if you can slow it down. So just tune in, notice. With your next big inhale, left leg to the sky. And again, I don't care so much about height. Go for length. Find the longest, strongest line of energy from your fingertips all the way back to your toes. Hips stay square, inner thighs face each other and hug in towards midline. Bend your right knee and lift up to the ball of your right foot. See if you can lift your right sit bone higher. Think of lifting from your center, lifting from your belly button. Can you grow your left leg a little bit longer? Can you grow your side bodies longer and even lengthen the space underneath your armpits? One more big inhale, spread your left toes. Exhale, left knee to your nose. So round your spine, straighten your back leg. Hips are high. Stay here as you breathe in. Press the earth away and see all of that space in front of you. Softly step your left foot through. Couple breaths to meet up in crescent lunge. So just for a moment, whatever feels good. And as you're ready, find your strong high lunge, front knee over front ankle, hips square, back leg straight and strong, high on the ball of your back foot. So feel powerful in your legs. Since you're at home, if you want to, just for fun, you can play around with this. You want to feel so strong in your legs that you could switch to the other side Nice and easy, not fall down. So if you want to play with that, go for it. You don't have to. When you're ready, chest lifts, arms reach up. Find your breath. Breathe into all the little spaces. Make your breath flow through your entire body, that prana, that life force energy. Take one more inhale. Exhale, side body stretch. So left hand to left hip. Reach your right fingertips up and then over to the left. Make sure you don't round and look down. If anything, take your gaze up and to the right. If you would like, option to bring your left hand up to grab your right wrist. Gently tug, gently pull, and see if you can create more space. Energetically, pull your left hip back and your right hip forward. Squeeze through your inner thighs. Take one more full round, fullest expression, reach even further. Inhale back to crescent, arms reach up. Exhale, hands to the ground. Right hand stays down, or if you have a block, you can use it under your right hand, left arm to the sky. Revolve lunge. So keep that deep bend in your front knee, but try energetically to pull your left hip back towards the back of your mat. At the same time, your left knee and shin hug towards your right armpit. Reach up like you're trying to touch the ceiling with your left fingertips, and then check in with your back leg. Is it strong and powerful? If you want to test the strength in your legs and the engagement in your core, see if you can hover your right hand above the ground. Just a little tiny lift, nothing else moves. One last round of breath. End of your exhale, unwind, standing split. So walk your fingertips forward, float your back leg up. And again, your choice, hip stays square, or if you want, you can open your right hip. Just do it with awareness, so pay careful attention that you're not just dumping into your left hip. Think of squeezing your left inner thigh in towards midline. Take this wherever you want, so maybe left arm behind left leg, maybe plant your palms, lift up to your left tiptoes, make it come from your center, maybe play with a few little hops towards handstand. If you're working with handstand, right leg stays straight and strong. It doesn't move, it doesn't flail around. Stay connected to your center. Wherever you're at, one more big inhale, right leg even higher. Exhale, curl into your little ball, but stay balanced on your left foot, so right knee to your nose. Inhale, re-extend your right leg and reach your right toes to the back of your mat, low lunge. Inhale, three-legged down dog, left leg to the sky. Go straight to down dog, or exhale, come forward. Your variation of plank to chaturanga. Inhale, lift your heart. Roll your shoulders back and down. Exhale, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Take just a moment. Connect back with your breath. Tune back into your body. Maybe touch back on your intention. Is there any way you can embody it in your practice right in this moment? Take one more big inhale, fill up as big as you can, lift your hips as high as you can. Exhale, look forward, empty out first, then step or float forward, fold, top of your yoga mat. Halfway lift once you've arrived, inhale and lengthen. Exhale, bow, refold. Press into your feet, reverse swan dive all the way up. Inhale, big stretch, reach. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll go through that a couple times, one breath, one movement. Inhale, arms to the sky. Move slowly with intention. Exhale, curtsy squat. Left foot steps off the right side of your mat. Get low in your legs. Stay long in your spine. Inhale, back to high mountain. Reach. Exhale, other side. So right foot steps to the left on your right tiptoes. Get low. Squeeze your inner thighs. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, find your back bend, cactus your arms, bottom tips of shoulder blades squeeze, lift your heart. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, chair plane or drinking bird. So hinge forward, reach back, option to float to your tiptoes, heels high. Maybe heels stay lifted, inhale, high mountain. Squeeze through your legs, all the teeny tiny muscles. Exhale, slow dive down. Keep your heels lifted if you want a huge balance challenge. Heels on the ground for your halfway lift. Breathe in. Exhale, chaturanga. Plant your hands, step or float back, lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big inhalation, right leg high, lots of length. Use your core, exhale, softly step your right foot to the top of your mat, lunge position. Inhale, crescent lunge, slow rise, strong legs. Exhale, side body stretch. You can grab your left wrist or right hand to your right hip. Reach for the right side of the room. Inhale, back to the center, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to the ground. Left hand stays rooted. Inhale, revolve lunge. Right arm reaches up. Follow with your gaze. Squeeze your inner thighs. Exhale, unwind. Inhale to your standing splits. If you want, you can take one hop towards handstand. Maybe lift your right tiptoes. Exhale, curl in, left knee to your nose. Round, hollow out. Inhale, re-extend your left leg back and up. And then step back, low lunge. Inhale, three-legged down dog, right leg high. Exhale, straight to down dog, or come forward, take your vinyasa. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, hips lift. Great big inhalation, left leg high. Spread your toes. With so much control, exhale, step to the top of your mat, low lunge. Root through your feet, rise up, crescent. Exhale, side body stretch to the left, your variation. Keep your hips square, squeeze your inner thighs. Inhale, come back to crescent. Exhale, hands to the earth. Right hand stays grounded. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Follow with your gaze, twist from your center. Exhale, unwind. Crawl your fingertips forward a little bit. Inhale, standing splits. Option to take one hop or lift your tiptoes. Exhale, right knee to your nose. Round and curl in. Inhale, right leg high. Reach your right toes back and step back, low lunge. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, straight to down dog, or come forward and lower. Chaturanga. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, downward facing dog. Great big inhale, fill up. Stay here. Big exhale, side out your mouth. One more time, inhale, lift through your waistline. Come up to your tiptoes, bend your knees. Big exhale out your mouth. Press your heels down and back. Lengthen your spine. Inhale, lift, bend your knees, come up to your tiptoes, exhale, gaze forward, maybe try hopping to the top of your mat, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, bow, let it go. Root through your feet, rise to stand all the way up. Inhale, arms reach, big full body stretch. Exhale, hands to heart. We've got one more round. Make this a moving meditation. Try closing your eyes a little more. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, curtsy squat. Left foot steps off the right side of your mat. Hips stay square. Get low. Inhale, high mountain. Stretch. Exhale, other side. Keep your spine long. Bend your knees a lot. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, cactus your arms, work your back bend, open up. Low abdominals stay toned to support your low back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, drinking bird or chair plane, hinge forward, reach back, option to float to tiptoes. If you're on your tiptoes, see if you can stay there. High mountain, breathe in, squeeze your legs, all the little muscles. Exhale, maybe keep your heels lifted, slow dive down, bend your knees as you dive. Heels on the ground, inhale, spinal extension. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back. Keep that exhale going, chaturanga. Inhale, lift your heart, shoulders back and down. Exhale, lift your hips. You know where we're going. Inhale, right leg high with awareness, with intention. Exhale, step your right foot through, soft as you can. Strong legs, slow rise, crescent lunge, breathe in. Exhale, side body stretch up and over to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hands to the earth. Keep your left hand grounded. Inhale, right arm reaches up, revolve, lunge. Squeeze your inner thighs, twist, ring out. Exhale, unwind. Inhale, standing splits, option to hop, option to lift to your tiptoes. Exhale, left knee to nose, round, hollow out, empty out. Inhale, left leg back and up. Step your left toes to the back of your mat softly. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg to the sky. Down dog or vinyasa, up to you. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, takes you back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, you are almost there. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, softly and slowly, left foot steps to the top of your mat. Strong legs, rise up, crescent lunge, high lunge. Exhale, side body stretch, up and over to the left. Squeeze your inner thighs. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hands to the earth. Right hand stays rooted. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Maybe follow with your gaze. Ring out through your spine. Exhale, slowly unwind. Walk your hands forward a little bit. Standing splits. Take your hop if you want. Take your heel lift if you want. Exhale, round knee to your nose. Curl in. Inhale, re-extend. Right leg back and up. And then step your right toes back. Low lunge. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, come forward. One last time, chaturanga. Inhale, heart lifts. This time, exhale, child's pose. So right back to where we started. Feel your body. Reconnect to your breath. Slow it down, smooth it out. And just feel all of that prana, that life force energy moving through you. Feel the aliveness in your body. Maybe for just a moment, come back to your intention. Is there any way you can embody it in this posture? Take about 2 more breaths, 2 more grounding, restorative breaths. If you want to grab a drink of water, if you're sweating, you want a towel off, you're welcome to. And we'll meet up on our hands and our knees, so a tabletop position. As you set up your tabletop, spread your fingers really wide, wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Tendency is for people to let their bellies just kind of drop down. Draw your belly button in and up and knit your front ribs together. So think of a happy medium between cat and cow. Next time you breathe in, right arm reaches forward and left leg reaches back, spinal balance. So right arm forward, left leg back. As you reach, keep your hips square, so your left hip should still be facing the ground, and try not to move into a cow position. Try not to arch your spine. Keep your low abdominals toned and your low ribs drawing together and in. Take a big inhale, pull yourself apart. Exhale, slow motion, round your spine, elbow to knee, curl in. So now you're making that cat spine. Inhale, re-extend. Try to think of a nice, long, flat back rather than arching. Exhale, elbow to knee, curl in. Empty all the way out. Inhale, re-extend. Spread your fingers and activate through your toes. Exhale, one last time, elbow to knee. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, set your right hand down. Keep your left knee lifted. Pivot on your right knee so your right foot comes to the outside of your mat like a little kickstand. Left arm to the sky, modified side plank. See if you can squeeze your outer right butt cheek and press your hips slightly forward so you don't want your butt sticking out behind you. And then reach your left arm forward and lengthen from your left fingertips back to your left toes. Perfect place to stay. Stay here and breathe, or option to move into the bind. Bend your left knee, reach back, grab hold of your left foot.
Spread your left toes and kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. See if you can start to rotate your heart towards the sky. So think of the bottom tips of your shoulder blades, squeeze them towards your spine. Take your gaze up and see if your heart will follow. Press your hips gently forward. Take 1 or 2 more big deep breaths, fullest expression. Good job, you guys. End of your next exhale. Slowly release, unwind, come back to your hands and your knees. Come down to your forearms. So we're setting up for a forearm plank. So if you need to, walk your hands forward a little bit. Forearms parallel, palms face down, fingers spread wide, and especially root down into your thumbs and your index fingers and your inner wrists. If you want to modify, you can interlace your hands instead. All right, press the earth away from you and squeeze your elbows in towards each other. Then one leg at a time, step your feet to the back of your mat for forearm plank. So think hips level with your shoulders, strong through your belly, strong through your shoulders. Keep squeezing your elbows in, keep pressing your forearms down. Take just about 3 breaths. If you want to make this harder, keep your hips where they're at, don't let them move, but bend your knees so your shins hover above the ground. Try to pull your toes forward and your elbows back. Breathe into your back body. Soften your face, unclench your jaw. End of your next exhale, start to walk your toes towards your elbows and lift your hips really, really high, coming into dolphin pose. So imagine that string pulling up on your belly button. Keep your shoulders stacked over your elbows. Stay here or right leg to the sky. Strong through your right leg, active through your right foot. Stay here or bend your left knee high on the ball of your left foot. You can use your left leg as a springboard to take little hops towards forearm stand. Keep squeezing your elbows in and don't let your shoulders come forward of your elbows. 2 more breaths wherever you're at. Try not to let your head get anywhere near the ground. Press the earth away. 1 last round. Exhale out your mouth if you'd like. And then bring your right foot down. Bring your knees down. Listen here. Bring your knees out to the width of your mat. Big toes touch. Take your right arm, thread it underneath you, and then sit back into a child's pose. So it's similar to thread the needle, but a little bit different. So your right arm is reaching underneath you as far as it will go, palm face up, and then crawl your left hand forward as far as you can. Press your left armpit towards the ground. Rather than gazing to the left, see if you can bring your forehead flat to the ground or even intensify it by gazing to the right. So we're stretching into our right shoulder capsule ideally. Big breaths, slow and steady. Good job, you guys. Take about 2 more rounds. See if you can reach your hips back further, reach your left fingertips further forward. Press your left armpit closer to the earth. And then as you're ready, rise up to hands and knees. It might feel good to take a few big circles with your right arm through space, almost like you're swimming freestyle or backstroke. And then when you're ready, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Okie dokie, inhale your right leg high. This time, open your hip, bend your right knee, squeeze your outer right glute, think right heel towards your left butt cheek. Try not to lean to the left at all. I know it's tempting, but try to keep just as much weight in your right hand as you have in your left. Option to reach your right foot over towards the left side of the room, so start to extend, but don't lean to the left. Take 1 more big inhale, active through your right foot. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Use your obliques, get as close as you can. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Take it back up, lengthen out. Exhale, right to right, as high as you can get on your right arm. Add a push-up if you would like. Don't let your butt sink. Inhale, 3-legged dog. And last one, knee to your nose. Scoop out your belly. Softly step your right foot to the top of your yoga mat. Keep your right foot grounded. Left leg lifts, standing splits. So from our standing splits, we'll slowly transition into our half moon. So right hand walks forward, so your spine starts to lengthen. Left hand to left hip. Squeeze your outer right butt cheek and start to stack your left hip on top of right, so you peel your hips open. Press with your back foot like there's an invisible wall underneath it and you're stomping through that wall. Left arm to the sky. If you would like to take the bind, go for it. Bend your left knee, reach back, grab hold of your foot. Kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. Spread your toes wherever you're at. You've got about 2 more rounds. Stick with it. If you fall out, no big deal. That's why we're here. We're just practicing. So meet yourself where you're at. If you are holding your left foot, slowly release and re-extend. Everybody listen here. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, left knee to your nose, fingertips to the ground. So curl into your little ball, balancing on your right foot. Now see if you can stay balanced on your right foot. Bring your hands to your heart center. Press into your right foot, slowly rise up, standing staff. So arms to the sky, left knee lifts or left leg extends, squeeze your inner thighs. Hold here, stand as tall as you can, lift as high as you can. 3, 2, lift a little higher, stand a little taller. 1, let it go. Shake it all out. And since you're at home, if you want to make any weird noises or scream it out, you can. And when you're ready, mountain pose, top of your yoga mat, arms by your sides or hands at your heart. Close your eyes. Connect back to your breath. Notice your body. Are you standing with awareness? Are you standing in alignment or are you slouching? Are you sinking into your hips or slouching through your shoulders? Stand tall, stand well. Come back to your intention for just a moment. Take a big inhale, fill your body up with it. Hold, sip in a little more. And big sigh, send it out. Ujjayi breath flow, inhale, reach up. Exhale, heart guides you all the way down, slowly forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank, move through your vinyasa however you want to. Add push-ups, skip it, substitute cat-cows, completely up to you. We'll meet in tabletop, so if you want to move into a quick down dog and just stretch through your legs, lengthen through your spine, go for it. Next breath or two, everybody set up your strong, sturdy tabletop position. If you like cushion under your knees, then you'll want to pad your left knee this time. Okay, so draw your belly button in and up, knit your front ribs together. Find strength through your shoulders and broaden through your shoulders. So rather than feeling like your shoulders are squeezing in, feel nice and broad, like there's a big beach ball in between your arms and you're hugging in with your arms. Next time you breathe in, left arm forward, right leg back. As you reach forward and back, make sure you didn't arch your spine. So rather than a cow posture, think of that happy medium right in between cat and cow. If I had a platter of food, I should be able to set it down on your back and it wouldn't slide in any direction. Take one more big inhale, spread your fingers, press with your back foot. Exhale, slow motion, elbow to knee, round. Hollow out, empty out. Inhale, re-extend, lots of length. Exhale, elbow to knee. Slowly curl in. Press knee into elbow, elbow into knee. Inhale, re-extend. And then one more. Think super slow motion like you're moving through a honey, elbow to knee. Take your exhale all the way to the very bottom, maybe even hold an emptiness for a millisecond. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, left hand comes down. Pivot on your left knee, so left foot to the outside of your mat. You can tuck your toes under if that's helpful to stabilize your shin. Right arm to the sky. Squeeze your outer left glute and try to press your hips forward. So rather than feeling like your butt's sticking out behind you, press gently forward and reach your right arm forward towards the top of your mat. So lots of length from your fingertips back to your toes. Imagine someone's pulling on your wrist and pulling on your ankle. Stay here, or final option, move into your bind. Bend your right knee, reach back, grab hold of your right foot. Kick, foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. Take your gaze up and see if your heart will follow. Bottom tips of shoulder blades squeeze. Hips press gently forward. Breathe down into your low belly, about 2 more rounds. Your fullest expression. End of your next exhale, very slowly with control, release, unwind, come back to your hands and your knees. Bring your knees out wider than your hips, big toes touch. Left arm threads underneath you, palm face up. So reach through as far as you can, and then hips back to your heels, forehead to your yoga mat. Right arm crawls forward, so crawl your right fingertips forward as far as you can, and then try to press your right armpit closer to the earth. Either keep your forehead down, or if you want to intensify it a little bit, gaze to the left. And huge, big Ujjayi breaths. See if you can find the absolute bottom of every single exhale. Good job, you guys. Take about 2 more rounds. Maybe walk your right fingertips further forward, sit your hips further back. I like to press into my right fingertips and use that to push my hips further back, kind of as leverage. So just get curious and explore. As you're ready, back up to hands and knees. And just like before, if it would feel good, take a couple big circles with your left arm. Feel that mobility through your left shoulder. And then eventually downward facing dog is where we will meet. Next, big inhale, left leg high. Exhale, peel your left hip open, bend your left knee. Squeeze your outer right butt cheek. So try not to lean over to the right or shift your weight to the right. Stay centered. Keep your right inner thigh hugging in. Think left heel towards your right butt cheek. Or if you want to take it further, start to extend your left foot towards the right side of the room, but without leaning. So really pay attention and notice where you want to compromise, where you tend to collapse, and then start to kind of reverse those imbalances just by bringing awareness to them. Take one more big inhale. Can you lift your left knee a little bit higher? Exhale, left knee, right elbow. So a little twist, use your oblique strength. Don't let your hips drop down. Keep your chest square to the ground. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left to left, as high as you can get on your left arm. Bend your elbows to add a push-up if you want. Keep your belly strong. Inhale, three-legged dog. Last one, curl in, knee to your nose, round, hollow out, empty out, softly step through. Standing split, so left foot roots, right leg floats. And then again, slow controlled transition into half moon. Start to crawl your left hand forward. If you want to use a block, go for it. Right hand to right hip. Outer left glute, squeeze, 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 and then peel your right hip open, stack right hip on top of left. Press with your back foot, engage all the muscles in your right leg, right arm to the sky when you're ready. If you want to move into the bind, at any time, bend your right knee, reach back to hold your right foot, kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. If you are falling in and out, if you hate this pose, you are perfect. Meet yourself where you're at. Come back over and over again and try to show yourself some compassion. Take about 2 more rounds. Know that your pose is perfect. So find your edge and then just be there, breathe there. If you're holding your right foot, slowly re-extend. Everybody take one more inhale. Listen here, fingertips to the ground. Exhale, right knee to your nose, so curl in. Try to stay balanced on your left foot. Bring your hands to your heart. From the press of your left foot, slowly rise all the way up. If you have to set your right foot down, no big deal, standing staff. Kick your right leg forward for more. Keep your right knee bent for less. Draw your low abdominals in. Hold here, super strong. 3, 2, little higher, little taller, and 1. Let it go. Shake it out. Make any noises you want. Move in any way you want. And then find your mountain pose one last time. Top of your mat, arms by your sides, palms open, or hands to your heart. Close your eyes. Feel the ground underneath your feet. Draw up through the crown of your head, broaden through your collarbones. Feel your breath travel down into your belly. Next time you inhale, fill up as big as you can. Breathe in your intention, come back to it, hold it, seal it in, and big sigh out your mouth. Ujjayi breath, reach up, inhale. Exhale, traction out your spine, slow dive down, so take your time. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lift halfway. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold, plant your hands, step back to high plank, Palakasana. Move through your vinyasa any way you would like. Meet back in downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, pigeon pose, right shin top of your mat, set your body down gently. So right knee wider than your right hip, especially for those of you who have really open hips and you can really just kind of sit into this. Find muscle engagement, muscle energy by pulling your right hip back and your left hip forward so your hips lift up and your low belly tones. Try to keep that. You can work in whatever way you want, upright, or when you're ready, humble pigeon, bow forward. And as you bow forward, try to pull your right hip towards the back of your mat, and to go deeper, scoot your back knee back further. Breathe. Soften your face, your jaw, your shoulders, your hands. Think of softening your subtle body. So if there was an outline of energy around your entire body, could you soften it? How would that feel? Take about 3 or 4 more breaths. You can exhale out your mouth anytime. Slowly begin to find your way up and eventually back to a 3-legged down dog. Right leg to the sky. Give your right leg a nice little shake out. Maybe circle your right knee a couple times or your right ankle. If flipping your dog would feel good, go for it. Eventually back to downward facing dog and just walk it out, pedal it out, work it out. All right, and then from your down dog, next inhale, come forward to plank. Strong belly, exhale, lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Now listen here. Exhale, tabletop. Somebody texted me during class and reminded me I forgot to do dolphin on the other side. So surprise, you didn't get to skip it if you realized. So come down to your forearms. We got one more forearm plank, one more dolphin pose. So elbows shoulder width distance apart. Forearms parallel, palms face down, fingers spread wide. Interlace your fingers to modify. When you're ready, one foot then the other, steps back, forearm plank. So this is your last big push. Give it everything you've got. Take just about 3 breaths. Belly button draws in and up. Bottom tips of your ribs draw in and up. If you want that little bit of extra, keep your hips where they're at, but bend your knees. Try to pull your elbows back, your toes forward. Breathe into your back body. Soften your face, your jaw. Take one more round. And then slowly walk your toes in. Lift your hips high. Spine stays long. Shoulders stay stacked over your elbows. Try not to let your elbows drift apart. Stay here and breathe, or left leg to the sky. High on the ball of your right foot, bend your right knee. Option to use your right leg as a little springboard. Take your hops. You've got about 3 more rounds of breath. Anywhere you want to go. Don't let your elbows drift. Keep pressing the earth away. Keep breathing. Soften your face. So around all the intensity of this pose, can you find a little bit of softness? Just one more round. Exhale out your mouth if you want. And release it down. Child's embryo or puppy. Your choice. Maybe even heroes, just a kneeling position. And it might feel nice to bring your fingertips to your shoulders and take some circles with your elbows. Might feel nice to roll your head from side to side as well. Slow down your breath. And in your next couple of rounds, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, pigeon pose. Left shin comes forward. Gently set your body down. Take your time to find your muscle energy. Again, especially for women with really open hips, rather than plopping into it, I know it feels like you're going deep, but it's not necessarily healthy for your joints. So find that structure to support the stretch. Pull left hip back, right hip forward. So you have muscle energy, strength to support the stretch. Then start your bow. You can work upright for longer if you want to. You can take this on your back if it will serve you better. Take it in the seat if you'd rather. Just breathe. Again, think of that outline of energy around your entire body. How could you soften it just a little bit? Send your breath all the way down into your outer left hip. Take about 3 more rounds. Exhale out your mouth if you would like, just a cleansing breath, a release of energy, of tension. And when you feel pretty even on both sides with your pigeon, start to find your way up and eventually back to your 3-legged dog. Any movement that you would like to take on this side. And finally, one final down dog in your own time. And when you're in your last down dog, just create as much length and as much space as you possibly can. Breathe as big as you can and fill up every little nook and cranny inside of your body. Take one last round of breath. End of your exhale, gently set your knees on the ground. Find your way into a seat with your legs facing towards the front of your mat. Then we'll lower down onto our backs. You can do it with your arms if you want a little more core. Arms forward, legs forward, hollow out your belly. Slow as you can, lower down. Try not to let your legs lift. And then once you have arrived, full body, good morning stretch. So arms long and legs long. Pull yourself apart. All right, draw your right knee in towards your chest, and then squeeze your right knee all the way in and up towards your right armpit. So hands at the front of your right shin, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Bring your right knee out to the right, so allow your hips to open. If it would feel good, wrap your peace fingers around your right big toe and extend your right leg out to the right. So like hand to big toe pose, but you're lying down on the ground. Keep the backs of your shoulders, backs of your hips rooted. And then you can either keep your right leg extended or right knee can bend, supine spinal twist. So roll over onto your left side. I always need to scoop my hips around a little bit, usually towards the right side of my mat as I twist to the left. Gaze up or over your right shoulder and breathe down into your belly. And let the ground start to hold more and more of your weight with each breath. Take a couple more full body breaths. Next exhale, empty all the way out. And then roll back onto your spine. Adjust your hips so they're straight down from your shoulders if you need to. Half happy baby with your right leg. So left leg stays extended. Bend your right knee, grab hold of your right foot. If that's too much, you can grab your ankle, shin, or the back of your right thigh. Try to neutralize your spine. Pull down with your right arm strength. Press up and slightly forward with the strength in your right leg. Flex your toes. Breathe. And release your right leg. Take it out next to your left leg and give your legs a little shake out. You can take a full body stretch. And when you're ready, right leg stays extended. Draw your left knee in and up. Hug your left knee up towards your left armpit. Squeeze. And then you can either keep holding your knee or left peace fingers around your left big toe. Open your left leg out to the left. Maybe extend your left leg out to the left. Try to stay rooted through the backs of your shoulders and the backs of your hips. I like to reach my right arm out to the right. It's up to you. And then in your own time, move into your spinal twist. Left leg can stay straight or you can bend it. So roll over onto your outer right hip. The outer edge of your right foot should now be against the ground. Maneuver your hips around if necessary. Try to find length from your left shoulder down to your left hip. So imagine somebody put their hand on your left hip and they push down towards the front, the top of your mat. Breathe into your belly. Think big Buddha belly breaths. And I will leave it up to you. I would say about 2 more rounds. And then come back to center and find your half happy baby. If you want to turn this into a full happy baby at any time, go for it. If there are any finishing poses that you would like to take to complete your own practice,
Get yourself a few breaths to do so. Maybe as you begin to find your way into your final relaxation, just bring your intention back into your awareness. Is there a way you can embody it even in your Shavasana? So just begin as you are ready to settle in. And I will unmute Aaron's mic, and he will treat us to a nice Shavasana serenade, so let your breath become effortless and just enjoy.
You belong among the wildflowers. You belong in a boat out at sea. Sail away, kill off the hours. You belong somewhere you feel free. Run away, find you lover. Go away, somewhere all bright new. I have seen no other who compares with you. You belong among the wildflowers. You belong in a boat out at sea. You belong with your love on your own. You belong somewhere you feel free. Run away, go find you lover. Run away, yeah, let your heart be your guide. 'Cause you deserve the deepest of color. You belong in that home by and by. You belong among the wildflowers. You belong somewhere close to me, far away from your trouble and your worry. You belong somewhere you feel free. You belong somewhere you feel free.
Take a deep breath in. And exhale, let it go. Slowly begin to bring small, gentle movements back into your body. As you feel ready, roll to either side. Fetal position. Take just a moment to rest here. Feel your side body against the ground. Breathe into your back body. Using the strength in your arms, ease your way up into a seat. You can kneel, you can sit cross-legged. You can sit up on top of a block or blanket if you have one. So just for one last moment, find stillness in your body. Close your eyes. Gather your hands to your heart. Bow your head to your own heart and acknowledge yourself for taking time out of your day to show up on your mat, to tune into this practice when nobody is watching you, nobody is making you do it. You're doing it only for yourself. I thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you, Erin, for sharing your gift. And I love you all. I thank you all. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.
Namaste.